Good morning, burners. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Claiborne. It's very, very early in the morning. I wanted to try to get this in before the logging guys, what are they called? Loggers? Before they get here. The tree workers. But I'm secretly, I think I wish I would have been someone who knew how to run big equipment, because I'm just fascinated by what big equipment can accomplish in a very short time. So I don't know what all this is, but I'm just going to turn around. I think I know what they're all called. So I'm just going to turn around and I'm going to show you guys what the logging company has used on our property so far. Okay, so this one here, I know is called a skid steer. My cat's checking it out. Grasshopper, what are you doing down here? What are you doing down here, baby? Look how tiny you look next to this thing. So this thing's called a skid steer, and the side-by-side is gone. Oh shoot, I really wanted to show you all the side-by-side, but it's gone this morning. I hope the right people took it. I'm sure they did. So this thing, they can attach this Yutzi bar, Yutzi bar. And look at the chainsaw part. Look at the blade part of this. Look how massive that is. Whoa. So this goes way down into the woods. And Grasshopper, what are you doing up in there? She is checking it out. And this cuts the top off the trees and the bottom off the trees and just creates a sellable log. And then this arm part of it comes down and scoops the log onto that, and then they can move it around where they want. I hate that the side-by-side is gone, but you all know what a side-by-side is. It's like an ATV with a windshield, and you can sit side-by-side. Look at the size of this tractor. And look at that thing. Wow, that's a log picker-upper, I think is the technical term for that. Look how massive this thing is. My goodness. Let me back up. Look at that. Let me give you some reference. Okay, like here's my hand on the tire. It's so big. Wow, I would feel so powerful up in that thing. I'd be like, get out of my way. I have stuff to do. So the guys have cut down several trees back there in the woods, and they made a logging road, which is what I'm mostly excited about. So y'all, we have 17 acres, and I should have called this place Sticks and Ticks, because that's all that's back there. And so we just live on our little, I don't know what you'd call our compound, maybe 2 acres, and there's like 15 acres of nothing but sticks and ticks. And so the guys have come and they've made a logging road. They've made a landing site where they're going to stack the logs, and they're harvesting our big oaks and our walnuts, and they're even taking some of the smaller walnuts. So my whole idea behind this was probably 50-50. 50% for the money that we'll get out of it, and 50% because I wanted some of those massive trees taken out of there. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted trails and a logging road. I always have. You guys know my dream was to one day have a little chapel, a little non-denominational chapel up in the middle of the woods that anybody could have access to should they need it. However, we weren't able to do that because we would have to be an LLC and our insurance would be phenomenal. I mean, just way too expensive. So I could still have a private chapel up in the middle of the woods. And the more they clear, look at my cat. The more they clear, the more flower beds I can make back there, right? And then I'm not always flowering on the side of my property near the road. Grasshopper, what are you going to do? Don't get in there and get lost, baby girl. So anyway, I'm hoping the guys come today, and I don't know if they'll finish up. I've counted like 10 massive trees that are cut down, but they may be cutting down more. I don't know, but it's so fun to climb up. Like they don't leave a stump. It's just flat to the ground, and it's so fun to go stand on that and just realize how big those trees really were. So anyway, when they're all down, I'm gonna try to put some pictures up of the trees on the ground. My daughter has some pretty good pictures, so I'll I'll snag those from her, and I'll put them up in this video so you can see some of the trees on the ground and get some idea of what that new logging road is like. There is something they had to do. We have a creek back there, and they had to actually fill it in temporarily so that their equipment could go back and forth. And we did ride over it, made a muddy mess. We couldn't help ourselves. We wanted to go back in the woods and play. So hopefully they don't fuss at us too much for making their dirt bridge all muddy. I hope they don't. I don't think it'll phase them much, not with the size of those tires. So, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. So when the logs are drug out and stacked up, I'll show you guys that. And then I think somebody comes along and tags them. And then they go off to market. And then the logging company has cut a check from the mill company, and then we get, it's usually a 50-50 split. And like I said, they're pretty much only harvesting, well, they're only harvesting oak and walnut from us. All right, I'll show you some pictures of the trees on the ground in that new logging road. There's our walnut. Look how nice and dark that is. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's so pretty. And then they put them in different stacks because they're going to different places. So they just kind of stack them as they need them to where they can go and drop them off, I guess. So we had a lot of white oak, they said. So the white oak is for like whiskey barrels, and the tops of the logs go for railroad ties, and you know, I don't know what all kinds of stuff. But there's some stacks, and then it just keeps going all the way down and over on the other side of that hill as well. I don't want to go over there because the guys are over there, but I just want you to see some of the stacks. And then they're going to take one load out tonight. Oh, look at that pretty walnut, or yeah, walnut. Wow, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that's pretty wood. And then here's another stack up here. So he said 5 to 7 years, and we can do it again. They cut you a check like the same week as they pull everything out. And then they're coming back either tomorrow or the day after to completely, well, they're gonna mulch up part of our forest for my flower bed business. And I'll make a whole nother video on that. But I wanna try and get some video for y'all when they get them stacked on the truck. actually missed the load going out, but that's okay. That's okay. I've never even been